Good morning, Crucible goers. Today's edition of Crucible and Coffee is brought to you by a nice black cup of Colombian medium roast. So today I'm going to actually be trying out a deck on the Crucible that I don't jam there that often. It is my very first deck that I ever took to a chain bound, and it has some fun tricks. So let's see how this matches up. Just have a quick look at the opponent's deck as we're going in to know what we have to worry about. So a couple key disses are never good. Let's look at artifact. Not a lot of artifact control here. Alright. So we're going to go into it. So this is a deck that runs a Sting with a pile of skulls, and it has 2 key cheats. And the idea is perfect turn 1 Sting. That's what I want. The idea is basically that I just allow them to start forging and get ahead, and pretty much get a huge pile of Ember, and then start using my key cheats to just suddenly jump ahead in the game. So it's got a little bit more situational means to pull off the combo, unfortunately. So I find it sometimes lacks the consistency to get there every time. But it is a fun deck to play, and if the combos go off, it is really fascinating to see. I had a couple people who actually were trying to beat it because it was working so well. So let's see how this plays out here on the Crucible today. I'm like a cup of coffee in the morning. Alright, so I'm going to go Shadows. And I think I may just get rid of the Miasma because this is a good 4-card hand to pull off. So we're going to drop the Sting first. Cleansing Wave, or Poison Wave second. Miasma for the Ember. And then play Snacklifter, stealing their Potion of Invulnerability. And that's the turn. So, great. Drew both of my Miasmas in the first turn. I'm not going to be using Shadows yet for a bit, so that'll be okay. So for those of you not familiar with the Sting, this is what the deck runs around. It is a Sting deck. It says skip your forge a key step, and you get all Ember spent by your opponent when forging keys, and then you can use an action and sacrifice it to allow you to forge keys again. So there's 2 ways this deck can be played. One is you don't get the Sting right away, and you try and race ahead 1 key and then play it, and then that way you can just go forwards. Things that this deck does not do very well with is if they have a doorstep, they have a too much to protect, especially if they have a burn the stockpile. Those are things that can really cause problems and shut the deck down. So yeah, so that's that, and now I'm just literally going to choose Brobnar next because I'm just going to start trying to go through my deck as fast as possible because I want to start getting my key cheats. So whatever's in the way of me getting that is what is going to cause this to go a different way. So this has got 6 power, so I'm going to have to go into it twice potentially. So this is going to be a little bit of cannon fodder here, so we're going to go Brobnar. This range creature with power 3 or lower. Okay, so I'm going to save the Earthshaker. Actually, I don't know about the War Drummer staying around as being that big of a deal. So my line of thought here is I'm going to end with the War Drummer to get the Gengar Chieftain back. So I think I'm going to go first Earthshaker into it. It's got 4 armor, so it's going to need 8. Do I even want to do that? Crump is not going to survive that. Alright, let's play this out. Oh, I think I know what to do here. So we're going to first lead with the Earthshaker. Then play the Ganger Chieftain. Activating Chieftain into the Earthshaker, into the Knight. Then I'm going to play the War Drummer to get everything back. And then I think, yeah, I want to keep Crump around because that has some value moving forward. So I'll let the Earthshaker, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep the Earthshaker. I'm going to go with the Ganger Chieftain again, because all the armor is gone. And then just put the War Drummer into it. Get rid of that. Because if I played, the Earthshaker was going to destroy the War Drummer anyways. And then this way I can keep the fattest bodies on the board moving forward. Oh, or I could have done Potion of Vulnerability. Yeah, that would have been probably a smart play. Nice. Way to misplay. So yeah, there's that turn. So the Palace Skulls and the Gauntlet Command are really, really big cards in this. Obviously having a Witch in the Eye is never a bad thing here, so I'm kind of in a position where I don't have to worry about them getting me off Ember as much. But, yeah, so I could go with the nice 3 Reap plus play the 2. And Palace Skulls is another big part of this, so basically I get their Ember when they forge, so anything they have in excess is getting them that much closer in the end. So I kind of want them to be forging at 6 every time, and then I get it, and then they don't have anything else going on, sort of thing. So it's like a slow process for them. Oh wow, just made my Brobnar turn a little more interesting. So now I have 4 Brobnar cards in hand, 3 Untamed, so this could change things. And so yeah, because I'm doing it that way, it just switches everything. Okay. So, I think I may actually go with my Untamed turn to get some things back. Actually, no, I don't really need anything back from the yard right now. So I am going to stick with the Brobnar idea again. So I'm going to Reap with 1, play the Gauntlet, play the Pile of Skulls, play Crump, and play the Flame, Earthshaker, sorry. That's going to be the turn. Okay, so now I got a 4-card Sanctum turn, which is cool. What would I regrowth? Probably the Snecklifter, actually. But let's see what they do here. So yeah, the way this deck works now is I want them to go to 6. Anything above 6, I'm utilizing Pile of Skulls so that when an enemy creature is destroyed during my turn, a friendly creature can capture 1. So that's the whole name of this game right now, is to basically let them forge, but not have an excess of Ember. So that if I do get a point where I'm really ahead, I can either sack the Sting or hopefully get my my key cheats. That was a nice little Mind Barb to get rid of my Witch of the Eye, which has my new regrowth target now. This is one of those situations you may think like, oh, they have 6, put them off key. I can't have that mentality. I can't try and put them off a key right now. I want them to be on a key. This is like the perfect scenario for me. So I just need to get rid of the most cards as possible at this time. So I'm going to go with the Untamed idea. I'm Gonna play the Regrowth, getting back the Witch. Play the Witch. Play the Ritual of Balance. Play the Snufflegator. And then I let them forge and watch my Ember's going to go to 10 here. This is the fun of the game. Boom. And I'm at 10 Ember. Still have not got a key cheat though. I got a Blood of the Titans, Follow the Leader. And I got the Miasma, Pawn Sacrifice, Dodger, and Snufflegator. See, that's fine with me. He knew he had to fight that, so. Key to this. Okay, so looks like I'm going with a... So, you know, my debate right now is, do I just get rid of the Sting at this point? I don't think so, because I know I don't have to worry about their key cheats. So I could race ahead now by going 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could get 4 off this one. But I think I am just going to go Shadows, because again, my game here is to try and get as many creatures out as possible. So let's go Shadows. Play the Dodger. Let's just play the Miasma. Now the Pawn Sacrifice is a tough one here. I'm thinking I'm going to get rid of the Gengar Chieftain. Because if I have a way of recurring it somehow, it's going to have more utility than anything else. Actually, he'll deal damage to another creature on top of it. So, I think I'm just going to... No, I'm going to do it. I'll put on the Snufflegator. Why did Pile Skulls not trigger there? Oh, they have no Ember. That's why. Okay, so that will be this turn here in the Shadows realm. See, I could just sack the Sting now, and then I'm on 2 keys though. That's the only other thing. So you know what? I think I'm going to do that. Because they have 0 Ember. So let's roll with that. And so you got my Chota to activate next turn. So I basically can go 2 keys up now. I should. If they don't push me off. If they get rid of the Snufflegator, I'm in trouble a little bit in terms of trying to go a double forge. But I mean, I can always just save the Chota for the next turn, so it could be okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait a turn for Chota. Came back pretty good there. May have made a mistake. Okay, so I'm gonna go Brobnar just to get more cards. Put the stun there. Play the Lomir. Play the Titans. I'm going to discard Follow the Leader, it's not necessary here, and then I'm just going to use Gauntlet of Command. Take care of their guy, and I go back up to check again. And I capture 1. So this is where Pile of Skulls really comes into play, is when you start trying to pull ahead, you can start dragging them back. All right, and there it is, the double key cheat here. So this is good, and I have 7 embers, so I have ways of doing things. Only problem is I don't have a way of, unless they go higher. So we'll see what they do to disrupt. I think I'm going to play the Chota rather than use the key charge. See how they respond to this state right here. Yeah, so this deck is, I find it one of the most interesting decks I own because of the way the combos interact. The Sting it's such a cool thing, and I have some chains on it, and so the very first tournament I went 3-1. And, oh, that's problematic. I went 3-1, and then I got some chains, and when I got the chains, the deck didn't perform as well because of how you need to draw into these things. I think I'm just going to go Brobnar because I need to get my Ember back. Even though I have no Brobnar cards. And I'll still get to deal with some of their Ember, so... let's go... Yeah, I can get rid of both actually. So I'm going to go Brobnar. Sack the potion. I'm going to fight into Charette. Capture 1. Then I use the Gauntlet of Command. And fight into Toxin. Capture 1. So this is the essence of how Pile of Skulls is gonna play out with this. So I'm basically using my creatures and those big bodies from Brobnar and stuff, and things that have skirmish because of Halicore. Each flank creature gains skirmish. And so you start swinging into people with Pile of Skulls out and you're capturing. So you basically get ahead using the Sting one way or another, and then you start pulling them back. Now, if they don't have an answer for artifact stuff, you really can run away with this game. So this is why I really enjoy playing this deck. Hopefully it can be pulled off. I assume he's going to lash me right here, which won't matter because I do have the key cheats. But he chose Untamed, so he can't do that. So I'm curious what he's going to put out here. 7 Force. I said he. Could be a she. I don't know. No judgment here. No assumptions. No apologies. So yeah, this is pretty typical for the way this deck runs right now. Everything that's happening is very typical. I'm glad I got rid of the Sting when I did because the Ember side of my opponent has not been that high. I'm cool with, like, Lomir did the work. The Flame Fist did the work. So we remove Muxumi to get full value. So now I can't play Chota or the other guy if he's at 7. Oh, he mimicred my Miasma. One's keys cost +1. So I can steal one. Yeah, I can still do this. So we're going to go Untamed. Steal 1. Play Chota. Play the Snufflegator. Play the Halicore. And that's it. So see, this game is now starting to get to the point that makes me nervous. With this deck, yeah. This is how the deck can kind of fail a little bit. He's got the Lash, which can be problematic, so I'm going to have to use a Grasping Vine to deal with that. I use a Poison Wave to take care of some things, question mark. Yeah, not an ideal hand right now for what's happening. We'll see how this next couple of turns go for my opponent, because that's going to determine a lot of things for me. They're going with this now. They choose the Lash, which is interesting. Key to Dis. Interesting. So I need to get there, so I think I'm just going to go with Untamed here. unfortunately, I have to hold this key charge. It's really not the most ideal thing. So I'm going to choose Untamed again. I'm literally just going to take out Marmook because that's problematic. So just to slow things down, let's return those. Play the full moon, just for fun. And then I need to get rid of Marmook. And then re-put these two. Because I need to get up to that high Ember account. So that I can use my key charge. So that's basically the name of the game right now. Is somehow get to a point where I can use the key charge. And honestly, if they don't deal with my board, the simple thing is going to be just reap away there. But even looking at that, I'm on like a 2-turn clock to get myself in key charge range. So just to get more value, I think I'm probably going to use the shadow side of things, play out these 3 cards. And then do it. Because then I gotta see how they interact with my board here though at the same time. Actually no, I think I just keep going Untamed because it's gonna give me the most Ember. So I play the Marmook, that gives me 4 Untamed creatures. If they start dealing with my board and getting rid of my creatures, then I'll have to switch the game plan up a bit. So, played the Niffle Ape and the Ancient Baron, had Flaxia take out Halcor, which makes sense. Now here's the tricky position to be in. They still have no Ember. So what I'm thinking of doing is, I think I need to see some more cards. So let me just check my discard here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards from Untamed, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm only going to draw 2 more Untamed cards in the last 5, which is pretty good. I mean, I'm bound to get 1 out of the 3. Brobnar, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I only have 1 card's Brobnar. And then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's basically 2 Untamed, 2, yeah, so, because they're going to just go good. See, this is the thing is, I think this is my last chance to reap with these guys. So I think that's the play I'm going to do. And I'll play the Marmook because it's a target. I think that's the way I have to go. Because I'm only getting... Yeah, this isn't solving anything right now. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Untamed here. I'm just going to reap. Because that gets me closer to where I need to be. Play the Marmook just to make it a threat for them, and hopefully they take it as something to deal with. And that's all I'm going to do here. They haven't generated any Ember. Okay, and I did get an Untamed creature, which is cool. So they have to take out all my creatures right now for me not to be able to go next turn. So let's see if they choose Untamed again and deal with that, or choose a different house. This is the part of a KeyForge game that I enjoy the most. It's when you're down to that wire on that last key, and depending on what your opponent does, it can really throw a wrench in the works, which is great because it keeps fantastic gameplay alive. Or your opponent doesn't realize that you have something like a key charge in hand, So you don't see the value of your board at this point. Because basically for the last 3 turns, my opponent hasn't generated any Ember at all. And they chose Dis. Interesting. So I wonder if, see, I think here they don't realize they have the key charge, and that's what they're doing, is they're setting up the Lash. And this is exactly what I was hoping would happen, unless they have a Charette. In which case that still doesn't matter, because I can swing in and get rid of the Charette. So I think I have this game now, unless they have something that I'm not thinking of. Oh, they have an Arise. Yeah, that's problematic. So the Schuler's going to take me off 1. I think I'm still okay. I think. And the Charette, yep. Yeah, I think I'm actually 1 short, unfortunately. I am 1 short. Then the Lash is in effect, so this is not good. So I can get myself to 6, but not to 7. And then I have to go to 10. I think I gotta go with the Shadows play here, but I know I'm not gonna get the cards I need, so It's got one of my 2 Untamed cards back, so there's only 1 there. There's 1 Brobnar, and then the rest are Shadows. So I can capture 1 from them. And Toxin can make me get rid of stuff. Yeah. I almost think I need to start controlling here. And then they're going to use something like a key to Dis. So this is a sticky situation here. Yeah, I don't want the Toxin to be in effect because I could get rid of my key charge, which is what I'm kind of playing for right now. So I think I gotta go Untamed again. Unfortunately, this took a turn that I was not really wanting. Fight into Charette. Snufflegate or capture 1. And I gotta get rid of Toxin, so we'll put Choda into Toxin because I could technically get it back. And then I'll just Reap with Murmuk. So not ideal. Let's see what card I get. And there's a Shadows. Okay, so now I can start going with the Shadows turn here. Because that can get me to 7. Let's see how so I assume my opponent's either going to go into a Lash turn here, or no, Sanctum. Okay, so he's playing out the Sanctum side of things. This actually, I could play the key charge here depending on what he does with Sanctum. I wonder if he's going to key to Dis right off the top, because it is Omni. Yep, that's what I thought. That's okay. Follows that up with a Sequus. This is kind of where the deck is a little iffy. It's kind of missing those few pieces that really put everything together. Alright, so now I'm choosing Shadows. Start off with the Wave, which does nothing other than give me Ember. Play the Seeker Needle. Play Umbra. And I play the Urchin, putting myself in check. And this is where I'm curious to see what he does here. And that's the turn. Alright. So Lomir can be effective moving forward. I got another Niffle Ape here. And the key charge still is in effect. So let's see what happens. I'm curious if he's going to fight into my stuff, which would be cool because then 2 creatures basically. So what I see him doing is going Bulwark, Raiding Knight into Umbra. Oh, he just went to lash me. Bulwark, Raiding Knight into Umbra, and then Sequus to capture. That's what I thought he was going to do. So I'm inclined to actually go Shadows here, because I could force him to keep calling Disc to stop me. Which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to steal one with Umbra, Reap with Urchin, kill Urchin with the Seeker Needle, Reap with Silvertooth. That's the game plan. It's been a pretty long game. Okay, so they're using Succubus now, which is perfect. Oh no, that's not the one I was thinking of. Whoops. Succubus is okay. So we wanted to use an artifact. Ah, that's problematic. I'm still going to go with the same thing, just not use my Seeker Needle. So we'll go Shadows. Play this. Snecklifter. Or Silvertooth. Oh man, I thought that was Snecklifter and I was going to steal the Lash. Got excited there. And so I'm going to... Okay, so I'm now reevaluating some things. So I'm thinking of going... Okay, so that puts me at 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't steal. So that's irrelevant. So yeah, so I just reap away. Don't worry about it and see how they respond. See, now they're gonna lash me, but I'm at 9. So they can't technically lash me and capture at the same time. So let's see what they do about that. And I don't get any cards because of that brilliant Tentacus. Or sorry, Succubus. Tentacus stopped me from using the other one. So I'm in check. Let's see how they would do this here. So how do they plan on taking 1? That's what I'm curious about here. Do they have another charrette or something that I'm not aware of? Drumble. That'll do it. Wow, that was actually an amazing play. An elusive with 2 armor. Good lord. That was a very interesting play. That was very cool what they just did. Yeah, I have to go Brobnar to get this back. So go Brobnar. Deal 2 damage to each other undamaged creature. Yeah. Oh, I don't think I have enough still. Because of the elusive. This is a very interesting game going on here. Okay, I'm still going to go Brobnar here. So we're going to play the Gauntlet. Deal 2 damage to each undamaged creature. See, now I can take out Bulwark, which will help. Play the Lomir Flame Fist. Oh no, I have to pay them to activate. Wow. This is really cool. Anyways, I needed to get my hand down anyway, so that was the right play. I got the Gengar Chieftain, so that'll work. This is super cool. Although my opponent hasn't had Ember in, like, I can't remember how long. So my new play now is to take out the 2 captured things. So I think I gotta reap one so I can use a Gauntlet. I think that's the way I gotta do it. Or I guess it doesn't make a difference, does it? So what I'm going to do is, the game plan now is to go Lomir, I need to deal 8 damage there. So I'm actually just going to go both of them into Drumble. Yeah, that's fine. Holy crap. This is really well played. So now I think I have to go. It's 4, so it's a 6 power now. Wow. Okay, this game is intense. So we gotta go Brobnar again. Oh, they got rid of their artifact guy. Okay, perfect. So now I can use them. So I'm gonna go Brobnar again. So if I do this correctly, it deals 2 damage. So I go once in to get rid of the elusive, go to 5. And then twice with the Gengar. No, because then it dies. Okay, so okay, let's see if I do this right. So what I think is I reap with Heeb the Huge. Then I play Gengar Chieftain, fighting Heeb the Huge into Flame Wreath to get rid of it. No, that's not the way it goes. It's going to get 2 damage. So I think I go Gengar Chieftain twice, and then Heeb the Huge. It's the first time there's no damage. Okay, that's the way it's going to be. Okay, so I gotta leave Heeb. So I'm basically not using Gengar's effect. Okay, so then I go Gauntlet of Command. Yeah, this is how it goes. I go Gauntlet of Command again. And then I go Lomir in. Wow. Sheesh. That took some figuring out there. Alright, so now I got my Ember back. I'm in check. Let's see what they do. I think they're gonna go I don't know what they can do here. This is interesting. This is a pretty intense game. See, this is kind of a flaw with this deck is... Actually, I don't know if it's a flaw, but this deck requires a lot of thought process. And you have to really put your skills to the test of figuring ways around, because this is what can happen. So this is one of the reasons why I love this deck, is because it does have this intricacy of play. And I feel like figuring out the ways to make it work is really, really powerful. Because, I mean, when you look at the ratings, it doesn't have a huge rating, but I think some of those stats, it's been said, they have, the more intricate combos are not taking into consideration. It's kind of like just a couple card combos, and this deck has a lot more intricate combos, so. Let's see how my opponent responds. Because I still got that key charge, which I've been holding for a ridiculously long amount of time. I've had like chains for forever. And he's basically conceding. Yeah, that was a really intense game. All right, so that's going to do it for this morning's Crucible and Coffee. Hope you all enjoyed this game. It was a lot of fun and super intense. Please feel free to subscribe, check out some of the other videos, and feel free to give me some feedback on how you think the gameplay was.